Stanley, Scuba, Sailing, and Adventures. I appreciate you being here with me to log an entry in the travel journal. If this is your first time, please hit that subscribe button. Today we'll be diving St. Kitts Anchors Aweigh dive site. This is dive number 11 in this 19-part dive series. All of the dives in this series were recorded during a week-long Liveaboard on the Caribbean Explorer 2. We started out cruising and diving in St. Kitts, then cruising and diving in Saba, and finally ending in St. Martin. The dive started at 2:10 in the afternoon and lasted approximately 57 minutes. I recorded an average depth of 45 feet and a maximum depth of 63 feet. My dive computer reported an average water temperature of 82 degrees Fahrenheit. As you can see, the dive conditions continue to improve on each subsequent dive relative to the visibility. You may notice there's still some particulate in the water, but considerably less than when we first started diving 2.5 days ago. Here we have a great barracuda. The great barracuda range in size from 1.5 to 3 feet, reaching a maximum of 6 feet. They are most often found in depths of water from 0 to 60 feet. The distinctive features include their long silver cylindrical body, the first thing you may notice about this dive site is all of the colors. This is a very vibrant reef. Also note there are several large barrel sponges. I talked about barrel sponges in some of the previous videos. If you haven't watched those, go back and watch those so you can learn a little bit more about barrel sponges if you're interested. So much going on this dive site already. It looks like maybe there's a large crustacean, possibly a channel crab, the tail of an eel. Just a lot going on here. I believe this is a spotted moray eel. The spotted moray eels range in size from 1.5 to 3 feet, reaching a maximum of 4 feet, and are most often found in the depths of water from 6 to 40 feet. Here's the anchor after which the dive site is named, and I believe this anchor's been here for a very, very long time. As you can see, it's become encrusted and actually part of the reef. You might notice the chain at the top of the anchor, and that's actually what our mooring ball is connected to. So this anchor's been stuck here for a long, long time and is very secure. Here's a little different view, and you can begin to see that mooring line in the background rising away from the bottom. Here we have a couple of Longsnout Butterflyfish. The Longsnout Butterflyfish range in size from 2 to 3 inches, reaching a maximum of 3.5 inches, and are most often found in depths of water from 30 to 200 feet. The distinctive features of the Longsnout Butterflyfish include the long pointed snout, as you might have imagined. Here we have another great barracuda. I see a couple of Caribbean spiny lobsters back in this hole. I think that's as good of a view as we're going to get. In this view across the reef, we can see a variety of sponges, including the large barrel sponges and stovepipe sponges. Here we have a Graysby heading into a hole on the reef. I see a smooth trunkfish. They fall under the category of box fishes, under the broader category of odd-shaped swimmers. The smooth trunkfish range in size from 6 to 10 inches, reaching a maximum of 1 foot. They're most often found in depths of water ranging from 15 to 80 feet. The smooth trunkfish. The distinctive features of the smooth trunkfish include the dark body covered with white spots and an area of pale honeycomb markings on the central mid-body, which we can clearly see here. I thoroughly enjoy their shape, their colors, and watching them swim. In particular, I love their mouths. Here we have a school of fish, which I believe are primarily goatfish and grunts. Here we have another great barracuda cruising the reef. Again, you can see this reef is just vibrant. There are so many colors, and it's just teeming with life. Here we have another smooth trunkfish. Recall the distinctive features that I mentioned earlier in the video. Here we have yet another very large barrel sponge, and this one we will take a quick peek inside. Another great day for diving on a wonderful dive site. I'm very thankful and appreciative for the opportunity to be here diving today. Also thankful that I'm able to share this with you. Here we have a flounder, specifically a peacock flounder. They fall under the category of odd-shaped bottom dwellers. Do you see him yet? They use their camouflage quite well. The peacock flounder range in size from 6 to 15 inches, reaching a maximum of 18 inches, and are most often found in depths of water ranging from 2 to 40 feet. Can you see both of the flounder's eyes on top of its head? The mouth appears sideways from the eyes. The distinctive features of the flounder, specifically the peacock flounder, include the notch in the upper head profile above the lips, the numerous blue rosettes over the entire body, and the numerous blue spots on the fins and head. Eyes are here. As we get in closer for some photographs note the eyes and how they operate independently, so the flounder can look both forward and backward at the same time. And just like that, it was time to head up for a safety stop. I don't often video on the way up, but here's a little bit of what that experience is like out in the middle of the blue water as we ascend toward the dive boat and stop for our 3-minute safety stop at 15 feet. I'm guessing the length of the dive boat to be about 125 feet-ish, but clearly you can see the back of the boat. There's a trapeze there with a regulator hung in the water for emergency air if someone needs that while they're waiting or they run low on air. Typically, I do my safety stop away from the boat unless there's a strong current or I just happen to come up right at the back of the boat. But even if the boat's swinging, if you stay toward the bow, the boat will always come back as it swings. Today, we don't have a lot of boat, so the boat is laying actually quite still in the water. Look at the sunlight, the rays coming through the water. I enjoy every part of the dive.
Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.